Cobra will be converging upon your town July 1st, 2023. Are you ready for Cobra? Because Cobra is ready for you. Ha ha! Cobra! Hey G.I. Joe fans, your Uncle Al E. Viper here. Joe Motion gave me the camera for today and let me run today's review because I had to make an announcement about Cobra Convergence for next month. Well, hope you will join many creative YouTubers out there, many creative G.I. Joe channels who will be contributing to the Convergence, which is the brainchild of our illustrious Hooded Cobra Commander, the madcap antics of Half the Battle Timmer, and the godfather of G.I. Joe reviews, Form BX257, who has since retired, sadly. We miss seeing him up on the channels, don't we? So if you're watching this, Form BX, we miss you, buddy. Come on, for old time's sake, just throw out a review for us, huh? So, anyway, we are going to be taking a trip back in time to the very beginning of G.I. Joe, to 1982, and we will be looking at one of the more frustrating and lackluster, yet cool at the same time, vehicle / play sets, the 1982 J.U.M.P. Yes, J.U.M.P is an acronym for Jet Mobile Propulsion Unit. It was released boxed in the toy stores in 1982 without a pilot. The J.U.M.P was again repackaged in 1983 and sold with a pilot, Grand Slam version 2. The J.U.M.P was also available from Hasbro Direct mail-away in 1985. The J.U.M.P pack accessory was included with several figures, multiple versions of Starduster, Cobra Air Trooper, Duke version 2, Stalker version 10, Starduster, 2008 Duke, blah, 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 blah. We all know how popular the jetpack was. That was the star of the show, the jetpack itself. The rest of it was bleh. The jetpack was the star of the show. Now, Grand Slam came out with silver pads to differentiate him from Grand Slam that came with the his laser, the giant laser that he sat on. The name eludes me at the moment because I don't care about G.I. Joe weapons. I'm an expert in Cobra small arms. But the silver paint and gold paint back in that time, we know that it came off very easily through play, and it would just flake off, and just through touching it, it would come off. So the Viper glider pilot is highly sought after because it came with the silver Cobra sigil on its chest, And without it, it is just a Cobra Trooper without a sigil. So even if you have a Viper glider pilot with just a very small fleck of silver paint, it's proof that it was a Viper glider pilot. Be careful and preserve that fleck of paint, believe you me, because that's what I have, is one of those pilots, and I just stuck him in a plastic clamshell and tucked him away. So I do recall a friend of mine receiving this for his birthday. G.I. Joe was in its infancy, and this was the J.U.M.P version 1 that had come out. And not very many of us knew what to expect with this, but it had a figure, a picture, a depiction of a G.I. Joe. It looked like Zap, or not Zap, but Flash on the box. And he was disappointed when he opened it up and it didn't come with an action figure. And I'm sure that the same thing went with all the other children out there. And I would not be surprised if there was an uprising with parents buying this toy and expecting it to come with an action figure, and it was just this play set. And what if it was the first toy for many children and it didn't come with an action figure? They were stuck with a platform, a backpack, and a laser with nothing to attach it to. So Hasbro, this is my opinion just through experience, Hasbro re-released it with an action figure just to quell any bad experiences. And I'll pull up pictures for you here in a moment. Parts of this that are easily lost and broken is the sight piece of the laser. It's a thin piece that can sometimes break off, and the black power cord, it's a little wire that is easily lost because it does not attach very well. This also made its first comic book appearance in Marvel issue number, let me pull that up. I'll also pull up pictures of this as well. Number 8. Yeah, it's a very cool picture. It shows Stalker wearing the jetpack, which he often did. And it also made an appearance in the Sunbow animated G.I. Joe movie, and it showed Doc, or not Doc, but General Hawk wearing it. But it was in the animated series quite often. The original retail price for this was $4.99, and that was quite a bit of money back then. $5 for this toy to not come with an action figure. I'm sure a lot of parents were pretty upset about that. Spending that kind of dough on a toy that didn't come with an action figure. So the story continued with my friend. He brought it to school and shared it with the class during show and tell, and he said it didn't come with an action figure, and he was pretty upset about that. But he had fun out on the playground flying the jetpack around, just using his imagination. And there was another kid that did have G.I. Joe, so he started bringing his G.I. Joe to school, and this other kid was bringing his J.U.M.P set to school, so they combined the toys together, and they had some good play time out on the playground. And then when I finally got one, I brought mine, so we were able to have a little bit of playground battle going on. So anyway, let me pull up those pictures for you, then we'll get into the review. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the action figure first. Set all this to the side. Here is Grand Slam. Now this is not the one that came with the set. This was a Grand Slam that I bought as parts fodder. He was pretty badly beat up. The paint was scuffed up really bad on his chest and legs, so I painted him silver. So I don't want to deceive you guys in thinking that I have Grand Slam version 2. The helmet and visor are vintage. You can see that the visor is starting to yellow. These are the only accessories he came with outside of the J.U.M.P jetpack there. But you can see he's not swivel arm or anything like that. He has the thick waist or the thick belt, and he has the harness done up in silver, and he's wanting to separate, so I have to tighten that screw there in the back. He has black boots with covering over them, and I'm not sure what those straps are, but it's a very nice accessory. He has unpainted pads on his hands because he was a laser trooper, and this is laser absorbing padding to protect him from the backblast from the laser. And you can see that he is a studious looking individual. This was the same head that was used with Grunt. You see the skin starting to yellow on him. Kind of reminds me of Michael Ironside in a very good way. Brown hair sculpted on, you know, they put some little grooves in there. Older looking guy, but you can see that he has seen better days. So this figure got a lot of love, and I don't like when people, you know, put down like parts fodder or anything like that. I mean, it's disrespectful for a toy. I mean, toys have feelings too, you know. So let's go ahead and set him aside. And these visors always reminded me of fingernails for some reason. Yeah, just fit right on there. Clipped fingernail. All right, so let's take a look at the star of the show. This is the J.U.M.P. Has a sticker on the back, JPU 81GP. Has a first aid kit on the back. The American flag, the Old Glory. 2 hoses here. Got some computer gear. And here on the back is also some machine type works. Jetpack just plugs right onto him. The platform goes really good with this backdrop that I have it. Here is the wire that attaches to the laser. It's supposed to attach to the bottom of the jetpack. Right there. And then it plugs into the laser, which stores into the computer console here. And it plugs right in, but I don't want to force that because, for one, this part could break off. You can see it starting to stress a little bit. So these end caps kind of get stressed. And you can see here that the front sight, how that is starting to wear. I want to thank Vinny P, one of my longtime viewers and friend of the channel, to borrow a phrase from HCC, for providing me with this laser for completing my J.U.M.P. Oh, and the wire as well for completing it. You can see it's a relatively bland weapon. It has some machinery, some whatever you want to call it there on the front. It's supposed to fit right over the figure's forearm. and into the hand. It's made out of soft plastic, and it fits in there very nicely. The computer console here slides right into the rails. Pardon the dust, I did my best to clean it off. Slides right onto the rails there. And it fits pretty well on these hooks. The computer console here, so you could have two Joes operating it at the same time. Very cool. You could also set it down on the ground. There's no law saying that it has to be attached to the actual piece of equipment. I like it down on the ground. It looks a lot better. Here on the J.U.M.P platform, this looks like a landing platform for your drone, doesn't it? Has 1 foot peg, round circle, metal, well, there's supposed to be metal plates with riveting. These foot stands do come off. They slide right on and off, and they lock into place, so I'm not going to force them on and off, but sometimes those come up missing. It says Hasbro here, 1982, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It's a pretty cool little stand. The jetpack plugs into the console. So this is a nice little self-containing unit. Makes for great dioramas. So we'll leave it at that. When I talk about the big box of parts that Joe Motion received, he means a big box of parts that he bought from the comic book shop, Gotham City Comics and Coffee. Not sure if they're still around. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, if they're still going strong, because they were some pretty good guys. They sold him this huge box, is a big, long and deep box of parts and pieces for G.I. Joe, and he was able to complete a lot of his vehicles, complete a lot of play sets, and this was included in it. He just needed the gun. I can't remember if he purchased or Vinny provided the jet. I think Vinny gave him the jetpack too, so thank you again for that, Vinny, for your very kind contribution to this channel. That was, you always go above and beyond with your contributions, so thank you very much. I know Joe Motion appreciates it, and as do I. The generosity of individuals, even though I am Cobra, you know, generosity does come and warm this icy heart. So let's go ahead and get into what Joe Motion Videos 82 calls Byron's Gripes. I call it Angry Alley Viper segment. Still working on the name. So if you're looking for this on the aftermarket, well, let's find out what we have to look forward to. So we use eBay just for a reference. We don't pick on eBay. We're not picking on the sellers. It is just for a reference. The prices do get a little bit out of hand. That's what does upset Joe Motion and I, because it makes it hard for everybody on various incomes to purchase these toys. I understand, he understands that people have to make a living, but please be a little more thoughtful. Supply and demand does come into play with this economic theory, but nonetheless, let's be a little more helpful with others. Thank you very much for those who are just joining the channel, and for those who have subscribed. If your channel is made public, I do respond, and so does Joe Motion. We will subscribe back to you, and when we reach 700 subscribers, we will be holding a giveaway, a RAM cycle from the Cobra Island breaker and RAM cycle would be given away. and there will be a separate giveaway for channel supporters. How do you become a channel supporter? Well, you pay by making donations, or aka donations, to this channel in various forms. You could donate a toy, you could donate comics, you could help with a collaboration, you could donate a picture. If you're a veteran, please send in, get a hold of me in the comments. We'll give you an email. You can send a picture over to us. We'll definitely put your picture up in the intro to honor you. That automatically makes you a channel supporter. Anything to participate with the channel in that fashion really helps out. So you become a channel supporter that way, but everybody who subscribes is automatically eligible for a giveaway. So here we go. Looking for this on the aftermarket. The computer console, $5. The base, $8. There's a lot of it up for bid. Here's another base for $7, $9.95. Here's a base with the jetpack and computer console, nothing else, $45. No, sir. I wouldn't pay more than $25 for all of that. Here's the helmet, file card, and jetpack, $129.99. You didn't jump down the throat of a dragon to pull this out, did you? I didn't think so. So why $129? That is just nuts. Another base, $11.99. Here's a base with the okay, I'll put this a deal of the day with the jetpack, computer console, and base, $24.99. There you go. That is generosity right there. Here's a base, the jump platform, the platform, that's what I'm referring to as the base, $17.95 with the computer console. Laser, $5.56. The wire, $8.99, deal of the day. Here's the platform or the base with the computer console, $6. Here it is again. Here's the console with the platform and a laser, $25, deal of the day. This one, $11.99. It is the platform missing the struts on the bottom, $11.99. I don't really think, yeah, that's going to be a hard sell for me. $25 here for the laser, the jetpack, and the computer console. Okay, deal of the day. Here is a complete one without the figure, $44.75, deal of the day. Here's another complete one, $39.99, deal of the day. Here's the platform, $5.99. Computer console, $13. No. Here, oh, that's a U-pick. I won't go through that one. Computer console, $6.99. Here's another complete one, $39.99. Laser, $29.99. But that's shipping from Panama, so that's kind of expensive. But you know, that's each their own. Here's the computer, $7.96. A computer with one leg strut, $9.99. Here's just the platform by itself, $3.44. A lot of the computers, I'm not going to bring up the prices on those. These are several pages. I'll just start picking stuff out. The struts sell for $2 each. There's a laser, $6.99. Here's a complete set with blueprints. Excellent. $39.95. Deal of the day. Blueprints, $24.99. That's a bit pricey. I don't know about that one. So yeah, there's just several pages of it. I'm looking for Grand Slam version 2, also known as the Silver Grand Slam. I'm skipping over a lot of this. It's just a lot of repeat stuff. Okay, that's the end of it. There are multiple pages of this. There's no reason why this should be so blasted expensive. It's readily available. It was for sale on Hasbro Direct. It was on the shelves for 2 years. It's not rare, folks. Come on, just because it says G.I. Joe, it does not make it valuable. Right? There are some very valuable pieces out there, but this is not one of them. There are rare pieces out there as well, but this is not one of them. Yet Grand Slam is those parts rub off. The paint rubs off. So finding him in good condition, now that is a different story. I didn't see any of Grand Slam. I even typed in his name along with the J.U.M.P, but I didn't see him for sale. I could look it up real quick just to be fair to everybody, because I'm curious too. Just Grand Slam version 2, because now I'm curious, because I typed in and J.U.M.P with Grand Slam, but let me type in G.I. Joe Grand Slam That was my favorite Denny's meal at one time before they canceled it. Grand Slam version 2, here we go. Now we're going to have some fun here. $249.99, complete with his visor, helmet, and file card. Told you he's going to be expensive. He comes with a different helmet. It is a dark green, so watch out for that. Here's another one complete with file card, $199.99. Bunch of red Grand Slams out there. Here's one complete with the J.U.M.P set, $174.99. Yeah, I mean, here's another one, $139.99. This one has the wrong head. Somebody put Flash, and they're selling it as Silver Flash, trying to customize and selling them for a fortune, $149.95. So there are only a few of this Grand Slam out there, and you're going to pay at least $150 for them. And for me, it's just, myself and Joe Motion, just, we can't throw that kind of cash at a single action figure. So anyway, you guys, you take care. You stay safe out there. Watch your back. I might be around you. Just because I'm wearing bright orange does not mean that you can't find me. We're good. We're good at hiding in the shadows. This is a shock tactic. We want you to see us coming. It's about shock and awe. Us screaming and yelling and popping off rounds from our machine guns, you bet. That's scary. But stay safe out there, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to everybody. Be kind to animals. You never know what kind of day someone's having, so a little bit of kindness goes a long way, and your animals know nothing but unconditional love. Joe Motion says we have to say that for everything, and he told me to be nice. I'm Cobra. Be nice? Okay. I could be nice for 2 minutes. So you guys take care. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Don't forget, next month, Cobra Convergence. You do not want me coming after you. See you later.